106.7 WIZN, it's Ram Jam with Blackberry Heard Rush and Fly By Night. Before that, I'm Joe Vega here with you on your Wednesday Rocket Ride Home. And I'm joined now by Ben Berry from Martin Harding and Mazzotti. Hello, Ben.
Hello, Joe.
Calling you today, Ben, in regards to, and this is something that happens every election year, politicians at a rally, they're playing a popular song. That musician doesn't like that politician. In this case, I was thinking about Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA, doesn't want President Trump playing it at his rallies. And I guess my question is there anything, legally speaking, that they can actually do about that?
There is. The success of the enforcement has been limited. Anytime an artist creates an original work, they get copyright rights, and those can be enforced against other people for unauthorized use of their music. For example, Steven Tyler recently had a copyright infringement action against Trump, and they used actually both copyright law but also a specific act, the Lanham Act, and it was actually successful to the extent that it wasn't litigated, but the Trump campaign stopped using that particular song. And so I think that generally when artists express their desire not to have their music used in a particular way, the offending party generally stops using it. I think that there is good case law that would suggest that the artist would prevail if it was an unauthorized use. I think you get into the weeds a little bit when you get into licenses, because those are where the artist is giving up some of that copyright to a licensing agreement, and then the licensing agreement or the purveyors of those will sell the license to somebody else who can use it for whatever they want. So that's kind of become tricky. There's a crossroad there between copyright and licenses agreements that could provide some fertile grounds for deep litigation, but for the most part, a cease and desist letter will be enough. Rihanna sent a cease and desist letter to the Trump campaign, and they stopped using some of her music. Usually that's enough to get the campaign to change course and stop using stuff. Certainly, Born in the USA, an iconic Bruce Springsteen song, is something that most politicians would want to use. It's
well, we're going to get to that point here in 1 second. My question is, why have they not listened to the lyrics of Born in the USA? It's not a pro-America song. It's a protest song.
Right. And I defer to your musical analysis. What I would say, though, is that there is something deeply American, A, about Bruce Springsteen, and B, about the opening chords of Born in the USA that evoke, I think, notions of national unity and
nationalism. Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
I mean, look, you can make an argument, I guess, that it's a celebration of the little guy, but ultimately, though, if you ever read the lyrics to Born in the USA, if you want to look it up sometime, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, Ben, thanks for coming on the program. Ben Berry from Martin Harding and Mazzotti.
Thank you, Joe.
You, of course, can call Ben at any time at 1-800-LAW-1010 or go online to 1-800-LAW-1010.com. Stay tuned. Sticks and Rat coming up next.